That's impossible light activity. All right, this is light that's being aimed, and you're supposing that light is shooting horizontally and aiming down onto the floor. And then, as I've documented already, it proceeds to go in that direction all the way toward the book stacks. That is, again, what the entity is doing is moving the fake sun as I walk out of the doors, all right? This is the placement of the light source. This is very exclusive placement of the light source in order to suggest that this is both the sun and that is also sunlight. Because at the same time, at 3:37 p.m., where I'm standing outside of the San Bernardino County office, the Human Services Department at 1647 Hope Boulevard, where the entity is keeping the fake sun right there over that building, which is the same location in Ontario where I remained at the county building. And then I got on Route 61 and I went to the intersection of San Antonio and Hope Boulevard. The entity is keeping the fake sun at 4:05 p.m. over Stater Brothers. And then I go back to Euclid and Holt and I go to Upland, California. But you have today at 3:37 p.m. very exclusive placement of the light source in order to, again, what's the system? That this is the sun and that is sunlight in Chino, California. This is impossible to be the sun at both locations, at this central present, at that over my head in its zenith, aiming what is light inside of the venue. And in addition to that, what I want to document is, again, the entity engaging in what is terrorism. That's impossible light. That's the pattern of this patio that's appearing on the inside. Understand how that's light that's being pushed inside. That's not sunlight. And you have what is the maintenance of the light source that's right here over my head. Okay, so the entity amplifying helicopter activity inside of the Chino Branch Library, this is terrorism. While these group stalkers are maintaining presence inside of that venue. 3:37 p.m., there is no sun that is over the roof of the, and by roof I mean right here over the entryway, excuse me. I'm standing right in front of the doors. You're looking at the pattern of this that's appearing upright on the doors, and it's also inside of the doors on the floor. This is impossible light activity, especially at 3:37 p.m. when I remain in Ontario in front of the San Bernardino Human Services Department at 1647 Holt Boulevard, after being at the 1627 building and showing you what was at 2:38 p.m., a reference to what was documented with regard to the Fontana Police Department, who were group stalking in Fontana. All right, so the entity is keeping the light source at 3:37 p.m. directly over me in Ontario. And when I go to Chino, this is why I'm showing you what is stalking with the light source, because the sun is not going to be in its zenith directly over my head in both cities, not both addresses. It's more specific than the city. It's the literal building that I'm standing in front of at the same exact time in its zenith. And also, you're also looking at what is very exclusive sky space. This is suggesting that the sun is exactly necessarily right here and not over the county building in Ontario, because that's supposedly sun that's over the window. Understand how asinine that is. Sunlight is not shooting horizontally to appear in any regard on the floor inside of that venue. In the same way, through the doors, this is a covering. This is the entity stalking with light, and this is the venue where the entity is engaging in terrorism, stalking with helicopter, while demons are pacing in and out. Monitoring my documentation, the demon-possessed entity that is hostile to being documented engages in that conduct, amplifying helicopter activity, as I showed you inside of the Fontana Lewis Library. This is the P.O.C. And as I move away from the window, the fake sun moves with me, remaining over the same exact venue nonetheless. That's the pattern. It's 3:41 p.m. This is Chino, California, where the entity is placing a fake sun at 11:09 a.m. right over my head, at 10:30 a.m. right here over the same building, as I've documented on more than one occasion. Stalking with light, not possibly the sun, the unnatural environment. And the terrorizing conduct, the entity is flashing light inside of the venues, around the book stacks, while they're walking around me, while they're engaging in ongoing stalking with noise conduct, and the entity is also amplifying helicopter activity. This is P.O.C. That is a molestation. Alrighty, and this is what is group stalking.